already. This time just it gets dark so early. It's only 6:33 p.m. Central Time. Crickets are already making noise. I hear some music in the background somewhere. I don't know who's playing music at their house or what's going on. It looks like our neighborhood's really quiet. Welcome in, welcome in. Just sitting at my front door admiring my neighborhood. Come on. Hey, D-Man's Diamond Art. Welcome in. Well, hello, hello. Hey, Regina. How are you? I'm just sitting at my front door checking out the neighborhood, and the weather's really nice here. I'm thinking about going outside and just riding around, but James isn't here, so I don't know if that'd be such a good idea, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt anything. Hey, yeah, I'm good. My neighbor's checking on me. He's always looking out for me. Oh, 87 degrees in Texas. It was in the high 70s today, like 78 or 79. Yeah, my neighbor, he's always, when he knows that James isn't here, he's always checking on me, make sure that I'm okay. He was in the service. Hey, Brandon. He was in the service, and he he's very military, and he doesn't sleep much. I can say that for him. I had to call him over here about 2:30 in the morning one morning because my camera picked up something on like somebody going in my carport, like somebody was walking under my carport, and James wasn't here, and it freaked me out. I mean, I got scared because it looked just like somebody was walking under my carport. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, who is it? And what are they doing out there? And are they fixing to try to break in? So I text him and I say, look, I think somebody's behind my house under my carport. And could you come look? He said, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. So I'm watching the camera and I can see him go around the house. He didn't hesitate. I mean, he walked right around there like he didn't care. And I can see him looking like, you know, what is she seeing? What is she seeing? And actually it was the shadow of an animal that had walked under my carport, and it was the shadow, and it looked like it looked like a body, like somebody. And he texted me and he said, it's nothing, you're okay. But it's hard to get a neighbor to come over at 2:30 in the morning to check on you. Hey, Brandon. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Somebody is burning something. I don't know if they're grilling or they got a little fire going in front of on their deck, you know, the little fire pits. I don't know, but something is burning. I got my light on this on my wheelchair. I got my light on. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, it gets really dark when I cut it off. Yep. I have blinkers on my wheelchair. I have hazard lights. I don't know when I'd ever use that. unless we went to the coast and started riding up and down the coast, where everybody walks up and down. But as far as me riding around my neighborhood using my blinker, and no, I would never do that. No. Unless it was an emergency. If it was an emergency and I had to reach somebody, I would leave them in my wheelchair. But other than that, I'm not one of those people to ride the neighborhood in your wheelchair. Like you see some people go to the store, something like that. I don't do that. No. And my children have already said, Mom, please don't do that. Oh, I have one of those, Regina. I have a Smith and I have a Smith and a Wesson. Hey, Auntie Mama, how are you? And I have the number that comes after 8. Hey, Purple, how are you doing? Yeah, this is what I look like in the dark. Look, if y'all can't go over and watch my latest video, just go over and share it out for me. My latest neighborhood chat video. I'm not asking you to watch it. Just share it out for me. No, it's not snow. That's my light from my wheelchair. Impact Nation Junior. I'm doing good. No, it's not cold enough. It's about, I would say, 70 degrees right now. Yeah, about 70 degrees. Regina, you're going to be on the Hump Day auction tomorrow, right? So my nurse practitioner called today, and they're having to put me on an antibiotic. James had to go by and get it today on his way to work. Mac, K-Mac, no, it's not supposed to be scary. I'm just at my front door, and if I cut my light off on my wheelchair, I'm on a wheelchair, and if I cut it off, it's really too dark. But I can leave it off if it's bothering y'all. Regina, I'm looking for, what is that book? Hold on a minute. It's about a cat. A blue cat. And I can't, my granddaughter's in, and she really loves to read these books. And the name has just escaped me. Oh, leave it on? Okay. And, what is the name of that cat that she loves to read the books? Pete the cat. Yes, I'm looking for those. Have you ever heard of Vox, V-O-X? Vox books, V-O-X. Actually, they're books that read to you. The actual book, there's a recording in there, and the book will read, it'll read the book to you or the child or whatever. Hey, Kim. I did have a good day. Thank you. She checks them out at the library. They take her to the library, which I love, because I was a manager at our library when I had to retire because of my health. And I love the library. I love to read. I love all that. The atmosphere, all that. And I'm not sitting outside. I'm sitting at my front door looking outside. I was thinking about going outside, but if I tump over in my wheelchair, there's nobody here to pick me up, so I don't know if I'd do that. But anyway, it's called Vox, V-O-X. And Amazon has them. They're not cheap either. They are expensive. But I mean, I wouldn't mind getting her a couple of them if she. And I got the Pete the Cat stuffed animal from Angie's Oddities, and I can't wait to give her that for Christmas. -2 degrees, -4. Oh my gosh, it's 70 degrees, probably 70 degrees here right now. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Hey, Christina, how are you? I was just asking everyone to share out my latest video. Actually, I just want to tell you, I'm trying to get, which numbers don't really, I want to say this, numbers aren't what I'm trying to get. It's just I want to reach out to more people, and I want to get to, I think I'm at 1650 subscribers or something like that, 1556. I want to get up higher than that. Yeah, 70 degrees, yeah. Thank you, Kim. No, what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Y'all know that's next week, right? I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it's Thanksgiving already. We're supposed to be going to my son's for Thanksgiving, but it's going to be the Saturday after Thanksgiving because my daughter-in-law has to work on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm assuming that my daughter and her husband and the grandbaby, my grandson, will come here Thursday, but they'll also be in Louisiana Saturday too. Oh, you're cooking a beef brisket? That sounds good. James and I are making jambalaya and Mexican cornbread for the guys that work with him. We're making that tomorrow for him to take to work tomorrow night. They're having a meal. This is going to be their Thanksgiving meal. And so we're cooking jambalaya, which he'll do the jambalaya, I'll do the cornbread. This Mexican cornbread that I have is the easiest recipe, and everybody just loves it. And the guys at work just beg James to bring it. Hey man, get your wife to send some of that cornbread. We want some of that cornbread. You know, a lot of people don't like Mexican cornbread, but I really like it. Some people don't like cornbread at all, which I'd rather have cornbread than light bread. I don't really care for sandwiches. I am so burnt out on light bread. I don't even care about it. Have y'all noticed how long light bread will last? You know, when I was growing up, if you didn't eat light bread, like it started molding probably, let's just say 3 days, depending on when you bought it. Now you can have that loaf of bread for a week or so and it's still not molding. What chemical is in that bread to keep it from molding? Have y'all noticed that, or is it just me? It cannot be healthy. That's one reason I quit eating light bread. Sandwich bread, I quit eating it because I was like, something's in there that we are not supposed to have. There's no way that bread's supposed to last that long and not start molding. No way. We buy what you call bunny bread. It's sort of like sunbeam bread, but it has a bunny on it. And when I was growing up, we ate sunbeam bread. Here in the South, we have sunbeam, bunny bread, Wonder. You know, we just have the regular ones that we always have had. And so we switched over to bunny bread when I married James because that's what he ate. And for years, I mean, it was delicious, real soft. And, you know, I don't want to eat a sandwich where I don't have fresh bread. And I know, Regina, it's bad chemicals. It scares me. I don't need any more chemicals in my body. My body is falling apart fast enough. I don't need to keep feeding it bad chemical. It is just crazy. Light bread is terrible. It embalms you, you before you need to be. Yes, agreed. That's a good way of putting it. But I just, oh my gosh. And the sandwiches that James eats, I'm like, how can you take sandwiches to work? But in the summer, it's so hot. He doesn't want a cooked meal. He wants a sandwich or a salad or fruit or something light. He doesn't want a big heavy meal when he works in the summer. Now in the winter, he doesn't mind to take cooked food. But he constantly is taking sandwiches in the summer, and I'm like, how are you eating so many sandwiches? I could not do it. Oh, a bread machine. That's what James wants to do. He wants to start making our own bread. You know, I have done that in the past. I have actually made bread. You know, you have to have, well, let's just say, I don't know if this is the kind you're talking about, but you have to have like a starter, we called it a starter. It was a little chemical, or what, not chemical, but little stuff that you mix with other stuff, and it was a starter kit, and it made either sourdough bread or regular bread, and you had to keep this alive. You know, it had to be active. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I don't even know where I could get one of those starters. Yeah, yeast starter, yeah. And as long as you had that, you could keep your bread, you know, keep making your bread. Y'all, I want y'all to know, if y'all follow me, y'all know that house right across from me, right over there, is where that man, they found him unalived. And that was when Taylor was having her reveal for Lincoln to see if he was a boy or a girl. And now he's almost 2 years old, and nobody has even, that car is still sitting under that carport. Nobody's even come back to that house. They've left the windows up. They left the car sitting there. I mean, why would you just let a house it's just going to fall apart. I mean, somebody needs to be living in it. Let's see what everybody's saying. Hey, Nora, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, it's spooky story time. I'm just sitting at my door. Nora decided to go live and look outside the door, see how my neighborhood was doing. Flawless. Blessings to the beautiful goddess Angie, my sister of elevation, fame, and the gods of goddess of the always blessing. It's me, family. Oh, thank you, Flawless. You're so sweet. Hey, Lucy. How are you? Welcome in. Hey, Joey. Thank y'all for coming in. Uh-oh, here comes my first neighbor. Wow. No. The only thing that he has was a sister who is left because it was two brothers and a daddy that lived over there in that house. And now that they're passed away, their sister lived in Vicksburg, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from here, where James and I go and gamble sometimes. They have casinos over there. And she came over, you know, right after he passed, and you know, of course they had to lift the windows and all that because he had been in there about 2 weeks. And they got it all cleaned out, and she left, and she's never returned. Never come back to that house. Never. And when the older man lived there, his nickname, everybody called him Doobie. Like Doobie, you know the little song, Doobie? And he used to deliver the paper. When he retired, he was the paper delivery man. You know, throw your paper out and you'd go get it in the afternoon, which I don't think they even do that anymore. And he actually bought and just paid cash for that house. And his two sons eventually, after their mom passed away, come to live with him. And of course, they both passed away, and now it's just empty. I don't understand how they can just let it just sit there. Undoubtedly, it still went through probate. If she's the only one left, she wouldn't have anybody to that would be contesting it. Hey, Mr. Doggity Dog, welcome in. Look at us being nosy. I know that's what neighbors are for, Nora. We gotta be nosy. The neighbor across the street just come to the door and asked me, was I okay? I don't know if you were in here, Nora. He opened the door and said, are you okay? He checks on me all the time. Make sure nothing's happened. He's had to come over here and help James get me up off the floor before when I've fallen, and so he knows I can have accidents. He's been over here when the ambulances had to come get me before, so he knows. It is such nice weather here. I don't really get out much at night like this. This is cool. I used to have a deck on the back of my car, on the back part of my carport, and we had a fire pit out there, and I would just build fires all the time, and we would sit around and just talk and shoot the bull and all that stuff. Nora, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I asked everybody else what they were doing. Are y'all through Christmas shopping? You know, last year at this time, I was finished in the end of September, the 1st of October. But now, I hadn't even looked at all the gifts I got. I got to separate them and see. Because when I buy for my grandkids, I have a tendency to go overboard. But and then of course all I have to buy for is both children, their spouses, and of course James. So I don't really have that many people I have to buy. I have 2 best friends that I get a gift for. Oh, you're off that day? You don't know yet? Yeah, I knew your family wasn't there. Got the dogs barking in the neighborhood. Hey, Nez, how are you? How you doing? We've been nosying our neighbor here. We've been talking about the guy across the street that's no longer here, so I guess we're really not talking about him because he could care less. He's no longer with us, but couldn't figure out why his house is still sitting over there and nobody's coming even let the windows down. I can't imagine what that'll do to a house when you leave the windows up for over 2 years. You know the moisture's got to get inside that house. Will that cause mold? Yeah, I bet it does. And it hadn't been cleaned. Well, let me just put it this way. They fumigated it when they got him out, okay? But I'm talking about as far as clean, like, 2 bachelors living over there. You can imagine how that house looked. But, I just think they should sell it and let some family move in it that needs a home. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want a good neighbor. Ella, Ella, Ella. Ella, Ella, Ella. What you doing, Ella? I hope you're getting some rest. I hope your hands are feeling better. My sister Ella's been having trouble with her hands hurting. I'm so glad that she took a few days off and rested a little bit. And then the neighbor to the left of me, her son put her in a facility. The neighbors behind me um, they just sold their house to a younger couple, so I got new neighbors. On the right side of me, that lady's not doing too well because she's got a home health nurse and an aide that comes over there all the time. I actually think she's got a lady sitting with her on a daily basis. She's had a couple of strokes. But all in all, we really do have a good neighborhood. Oh, I'm so glad, Ella. I'm so glad. I liked your announcement that you made on your show today, Ella, about people retracting after, they purchased something. I'm glad that you finally said something about that. That's got to be aggravating. Hey, Bridget, how are you doing? So I'm thinking about doing a video, like going into where my grandmother's house is here in town, where I grew up, and doing a video showing that neighborhood where I grew up. And it's so funny because I only live about 6 blocks from that neighborhood, but I never go to that neighborhood unless it's Halloween, and we take Lincoln over there trick-or-treating. I mean, I never go over there. I guess if I drove, I would go over there. I mean, it's over there by the school. I used to go over there every day when the children were in the school, but both of my children are graduated, married, and have children of their own. I guess when Lincoln starts school, I'll be going over there more, when he gets involved in sports and stuff. And he has classroom events. But I don't go over to that neighborhood anymore. But I'm thinking about going over there and just showing the house that I lived in when I was growing up, and showing the neighborhood. It's so strange. Days go by and just next thing you know, it's years down the road, and you think, oh my gosh, I hadn't been over here in years. See, Taylor graduated in 2013 from high school. My daughter did. And I just never went back to that neighborhood. It's funny how you can live so close to a place and never visit it. That's what's so weird. It's just weird. That's my bird sanctuary, bird houses and bird feeders. That's my hummingbird. I don't know if you can see it. Feeders right there, hanging up under that arch-looking thing. You're right, Ella. You needed to get that under control quickly. I mean, if you spend all your time pulling stuff out that people decided they don't want, you've done wasted 2 hours of your business time doing stuff that you didn't even need to be doing. And I don't even envy y'all for what y'all do in the first place. I mean, getting online and selling is the easiest part. Then you have to invoice everybody. Then you have to get paid. Then you have to pack it up, mail it. I mean, it's just, I don't know, the cycle is just crazy when it comes to that kind of business. I mean, you have everybody, Regina, that's in here, you have my utmost respect on that deal. I mean, just me getting out my free gifts that I give away on Monday night when I'm on with Janine's and Regina and Denise. I mean, just getting those couple of free gifts out is like, I wouldn't want to do 50 boxes of people buying stuff and sending it out. And even on the top of that, what if you have a dispute and the person doesn't get their box? They always want to go back to the seller. No, go back to the post office or the the UPS or FedEx or wherever the package come from. I mean, don't go back to the person that sold it to you. Once it leaves at their house, they have no control over it. It's not like you stop the mailman and say, look, I want you to cause trouble with this package. Don't get this package to the home on time. I mean, come on, really? Or throw this package up and down in your vehicle and let everything bust. I mean, that's ridiculous. I think I took 30 packages. Oh, Regina. I can't even imagine. Yeah, go put a claim in. I mean, come on, people. Use that lump 3 foot above that hiney you got. Some people don't want to think for themselves. That's what gets me. I guess that's one of my pet peeves, is when people don't want to think for themselves. They want they want it to be somebody else's baby. You know, they have a problem, they tell you, then they want you to solve it. No. I can suggest what you can do to solve it, but it's not for me to solve it. I mean, I'll help you all I can, but I'm just not going to do your homework for you. No. Now, you got enough money to pay me to do your homework? Yeah, I'll do it. But you're going to have to employ me. I'm going to have to be your employee, and you're going to have to pay me to take care of your business. And that's a whole nother story. But I'm not going to and I don't mind doing favors for people, but don't take it for granted. You know what the UPS guy told me last week? He said this is the time they don't take care of packages because there's a lot and they have to work late. What? Oh my gosh, he admitted that? Oh my gosh. Makes sense though. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. I can believe that too. Clean and decorative with Jessica. Hey Jessica, how you doing? Welcome in. Tomorrow's already the midweek. It's already Wednesday, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, if y'all are young, just note this down. Write it down and put it in your back pocket. Time flies the older you get. I mean, literally, it's almost the end of November, and before you know it, we're gonna be in 2026. I ship out between 40 and 60 packages a week. That's why I stay Ella. Stay up to 3 or 4 a.m. Oh, Ella. I've had to do sleuthing work for buyers who don't know how to look into finding packages. Oh, Regina. That's true, and I'm 37. I know, it just goes by. Oh, and you have small children and young children, and you feel like, oh, they're never going to grow up. Don't rush it. Because your children grow up so fast, and once they leave your house, oh my gosh, they're gone. Now, don't get me wrong. My children and I are very close, and they come back and visit, and I go visit them, and I have beautiful grandbabies, but oh, the joy that James and I had when they were coming up. Playing ball, going to sports events, going on vacation, going to other school functions. I mean, James and I were so involved in our children's life, and then all of a sudden it just, boom, it was over. Oh, I know, Jessica. I'm so sorry, honey. I think about you so often, more often than you think. Oh, I know, Jessica. It was like, here's the deal. It was like I always just wanted to reach 21. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know. When I reached 21, the next thing you know, I'm 45. I'm like, hold it. Wait a minute. Hold up. I just wanted to reach 21. And the strangest thing about it And I'm not bragging when I say this, but I used to go out to nightclubs when I was 16 years old, and they never carded me because I always looked older. But I was with my older sister, and at that time, you only had to be 18 to get in. And, yeah. So I would just go up in there with them. And of course, I never liked to get like sloppy drinking. I just would drink a couple of drinks and that would be it. Well, I couldn't wait till I got 21. Oh, I'm going to be able to buy what I want to be able to do. And when I turned 21, I didn't even want to buy it. It didn't even seem like fun then. When I was getting away with it, buying it when I wasn't supposed to, it was like, oh, I got away with that. And then when I turned 21 and could get it anytime I wanted to, it was like, this isn't any fun. I don't want to do this anymore. You went clubbing at 16. I did too. My oldest sister took me everywhere on the weekend with her. We went out. Oh my gosh, I got stories to tell on that. Whew, Lord. It's a good thing that we didn't have Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and all that back in the time that I was growing up. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, yeah, Ella, I'm pretty sure that we are. I'm pretty sure we probably got separated at birth or something. Hey, T, how are you? And Pam? I am so thankful for y'all coming in. Thank you. And thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, and y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all don't know about me, which I know I talk about a lot. But I was a dancer, okay? I drank more from 13 to 20 and didn't want it once. I know, Regina, what is that about? Y'all, this girl right here that's sitting in this wheelchair right now, I could shake the booty. Do you hear me? I love to dance, and I miss it so much. I mean, I would, and my daughter, she takes after me. She can dance like crazy. She has rhythm. She can move. My son, the Fonz dance better than my son and my husband. My son, he just was getting after it at college one day. He was at a party, and he said he was just a dancing. All of a sudden, everybody just stopped and started staring at him. And he looked around at a guy, and it was a black guy, and he said, yes, I'm white. And the guy started laughing at him. He said, I am white through and through. I cannot dance. Oh, thank you, Pam. Now, the guys in our family, they have beautiful voices, and they can play like the piano, the guitar, and all that. But they don't have the rhythm of anything. Love you, Pam. Thank you. And but I always wanted to learn how to ballroom dance. But if I had to have James as a partner, I mean, and I used to love to line dance. I know that sounds crazy. It might be corny to some of y'all, but I used to love to line dance, and I wanted to learn how to do all the dances. My wheelchair just cut off. Hold on a minute. It has a cutoff mode on it if I leave it on. And oh, you like to line dance too? Oh, dancing was my thing. I love to dance now. And in the 80s, we had the best music. I don't care what anybody says. My daughter absolutely loves the music that James and I grew up on. Don't get me wrong. I like the 60s and 70s, some of that music too. I even like some of the 50s music, but mostly the 80s were the best. And being a teenager during the 80s, oh my goodness. It was awesome. Yes, girl, I was in the bar 5 out of 7 nights. And it was so weird because I could go out on Friday and Saturday night. If I had to work the next day, I could stay up all night and then go to work. Yeah. Now, if I had to do that, I would be hospitalized. Even if I wasn't in a wheelchair. If I had to do that right now, they would put me in the hospital. I don't see how I did it. But we never, oh man, oh God, we went at it. We went at it hard and fast. We lived life like, come on, bring it. I don't even drink. You know, I'm not much of a drinker. I like a mixed drink every now and then. I'll drink my favorite beer every once in a while, especially when James and I go to the coast or something and we're celebrating my birthday and our anniversary. But I'm not a heavy drinker. I would leave the bar, then head to the bottle club. Oh yeah, that's what I tell young people today. You have youth on your side. That's why you can do all that. You have youth on your side, honey. I used to do cartwheels. I could do cartwheels. I could do those flips where you take your hands and flip over and stand back up on your feet. I mean, I was that agile. I could do all that. The last cartwheel I did is on video, and I was 30 years old at a birthday party. And I did a cartwheel for one of my good friends at her birthday party. That's the last cartwheel I ever did in my life. Oh, yeah. BYOB, yeah. Hey, Yankee Cow, how are you doing? I mean, I have to say that we were rowdy in the 80s, but we were responsible. I mean, I felt like I was a responsible young adult. I mean, first of all, I knew not to get behind the wheel of a car after I had drank even one drink. I knew not to get in a car with anybody that had been drinking. And I knew how to not be crazy and break the law. I mean, I think we were pretty responsible back in the 80s. No, Ellen, that's my light off my wheelchair. Welcome in, Ellen. We're talking about the 80s and about how crazy I was as a teenager. So I know y'all know I met James at a bar, right? That's how we met. We didn't tell our children that until they were in college. We would never tell our children how we met. But we actually met in a bar. Yep. He was from Louisiana and I was from Mississippi. And we met one night, and I think they took me to always be the designated driver. Oh yeah, we always had a DD, always. And sometimes I was the designated driver. Oh, I know, Ellen. It was so much fun, and y'all know, to me, it wasn't like it. Well, I don't know how it is today. I don't know how kids party today, but too many times I should not have been driving. You know what? I live in a small town, so everybody knows everybody. Okay, they knew what I was doing before I knew what I was doing, and of course, my parents knew what I was doing before I even got home because somebody in the town had already called them and told them what I was doing. So I couldn't get away with anything. Not that I was trying to. I mean, I wasn't trying to hide anything I was doing. But because I've always been this way. If somebody asked me if I did it, yeah, I did it. I never denied anything that I did, because once I set out to do it, why am I going to deny it? I mean, if I'm big enough to do it, I'm big enough to admit that I'm doing it. But oh, that's great, Yankee Kyle. Oh, and smoking is another whole story. You know, we always smoked to make ourselves look like we were so adult. But, you know, I was a social smoker, I think. Because James would always tell me, oh, you're not a real smoker. We used to steal my mom's car, help my sister push the car out of the driveway. Oh my gosh. I never stole my parents' vehicle. But I never would smoke at anywhere but just around, like when I would party. I felt like smoking and drinking went together, so I would smoke and drink. And too many mornings I looked to see who'd drive me home. No one did. Oh my goodness. I was like 12. We all spent the night at each other's houses or went to the movies more than any teenager could have in real life, but that's all we had to say to get out of the house. I sat at the bar for guys to buy a pack for me. I know, Ella. So James was like, when we got together, he's like, "You're not really a smoker. If you're really a smoker, you would smoke Marlboro Reds." And see, my brother was alive then, and he did smoke Marlboro Reds. So he was real close to my brother after we had been dating for a while. They got to laughing at me one day saying I wasn't a real smoker, that I was just a social smoker, and I didn't really know what smoking was all about. And back then, it wasn't drugs like it is today. You didn't talk about, toke pass or anything like that. And so I said, okay, well, give me one of his smokes. And I quit smoking about 7 or 8 years ago too, Regina. Oh, you started smoking? I had Virginia Slims, Marlboro Lights. But anyway, my brother was smoking the Marlboro Reds, so he passed it over to me. They just was giggling, laughing, like, whatever. I lit that cigarette up, and I took me a big drag off that Marlboro Red, and when I did, my whole head started spinning. I didn't think I was ever going to sit still. In my head was all... I was like, okay, y'all win. Y'all win. I'm not a real smoker. I mean, that Marlboro Red, it made me so lightheaded, I didn't know what to do. I smoked the 100s because it was more cigarette. They were longer. You get more for your money. If I had to sneak around and buy them, I was going to get more for my money. I didn't want the little short ones. I wanted the long ones. And, oh, that's wonderful, Kyle. That's awesome. The night that James and I met, he come up to the bar, and I didn't want to be there. And my best friend had showed up at my work and said, and I'm the one with the car, and she had one of her other friends to bring her to where I was working. Dropped her off. I said, "What are you doing here?" I started on Marlboro, then went to a party, and everyone had Salem menthols, and I was hooked. Oh, I could never smoke a menthol. I couldn't do it. Mine was show and stopped in 1986. We used to roll my dad's cigarettes. It was top tobacco with Prince. Oh, you had Prince Ivor in a can. So she come into my work and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to Top Cats tonight." And I said, "Oh, we're not. No, we're not. We're going home. I'm going home when I get off work." She sat there and begged me. And I said, "I don't have any clothes. I don't have any clean clothes to be going out to the bar." "Oh, I brought you some. I brought you some clothes." Girl, by the time I got off work at 11 o'clock, and I didn't get out of there till 11:30, we were headed to Top Cats in my Cavalier, a little 4-door Cavalier. And we get to that bar, and I'm so mad because she's talked me into it. And I don't like people to pressure me into doing anything. And we used to roll. Oh, Angie, my parents have been married for almost... Oh, awesome. So I'm sitting at the bar, and she's running around dancing with all these guys, and I'm just like, I'm going to kill her when I get her home. I'm literally going to choke her when we get home. I cannot believe I have allowed her to talk me into doing this. I'm tired. I want to go home. So she walks by me. I said, "Look, I'm drinking one more drink, and then we're going to the house." And I said, "You better not have been drinking very much because you're driving." Here comes the train. So the guy that she had met, his friend was James. So here comes James over to where I am, and Trisha's like, "This is my best friend, Angie, and Angie, this is James." And I look at him and go, okay. I mean, I don't give him the time of day. Bless his heart, he was trying so hard. Can I buy you a drink? Do you want to dance? You want that? I'm like, no. No. So, I tell her, I said, look, I'm walking toward the door. You better be at the door or I'm going to leave you here and you're going to have to catch a ride. And she was like 40 miles from where we live, so she knew she needed to be in the car when I got there. So we get to the car. I hand her the keys. I start getting in the passenger side. Well, they have followed us outside. Well, I got scared. My dad smoked Pall Malls, no filter. That was the first cigarette. Oh, Pall Mall. So I was like really scared. I'm like, we do not know these guys, and they're following us to my car. It kind of was like, I was really mad at her then. So we get in the car. She lets her window down. The guy comes over there that she was dancing with. Oh, she's giggling and laughing and talking, and I'm just fuming. I'm like, oh, on the way home, I am fixing to let her have it. I cannot believe that she has got with this guy. They followed us out to my car. They could get my tag number, anything. So James kept asking me for my phone number. And I said, I'm not giving you my phone number. I don't even know you. At that time, we had the phones on the wall. It was no cell phones. It was the phones hanging on the wall. And I lived with my grandmother. And I said, I'm not giving you my phone number. I don't even know you. Oh, I'm a good guy. I said, you could be married, running from your wife. You from Louisiana. What are you doing partying in Mississippi, up here partying, coming to Top Cats? Why aren't you in Louisiana doing it? They can party better in Louisiana than they do in Mississippi. I said, you running from a girlfriend or a wife, and I don't want to have anything to do with you. And he's like, no, I promise. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I was like, right. Before I know it, Patricia, which was my friend's name, she had rattled off my phone number. Oh, it's 601-643-2294. I turned around and hit her in the chest so hard. I'm like, do not give him my number. And I'm thinking I started smoking so I could have work break. I was a breakfast and lunch waitress at one restaurant and a dinner host at a second, after being on feet for, that is hard work. So I thought, well, he's never going to remember that phone number. So, he better not call that number. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, guess who called that number? James called at my grandmother's house. So after I'd hung up on him twice, he still had the nerve to call me back. So I said, look, you're going to have to quit calling here because this is my grandmother's phone and she don't really appreciate people calling. And I said, she's elderly and she does not want this phone ringing and me keep hanging up the phone. Please, just talk to me. Just talk to me. So I was like, okay. So I started talking to him. But the rest is history. But that's how James and I met. And 38 years later, we're still together. You started smoking at 14? I think I was 16. I'm pretty sure I was 16. But like I said, I didn't smoke packs of cigarettes. I never did buy a pack of cigarettes, even after I became an adult. I would only smoke when I was around people that smoked. It was like, okay, yeah, I'll have one. But no, I could never smoke menthol. No, I could never. I took a drag off of menthol one time and it went all up in my nose. I was like, I cannot do this. Nope. Mm-mm. Can't do it. I know. We go down those roads and we look back and we have good memories, but then we think, how did we do that stuff? All I can say is you better do it while you're young because you sure can't do it when you get older. Hey, Aisha, how are you doing? We're just talking about the good old days. We used to smoke clove cigarettes in high school. Thought we were so cool. Oh, let me tell y'all this, and I don't know if y'all had this or not, but we had a smoking area at our school. Like if your parents sign a piece of paper saying that you could smoke in this certain area, on your break you could go there and smoke. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that, but my sister did that. I never did that. I never went to the smoking area. But she would go to the smoking area. And of course she forged my mom's name. There's no way my mom signed that form for her. And people look at you crazy like you got two heads when you talk about having a smoking area at school. But we honestly did. And I look back now and I think, how did they allow that to happen? Is that a such thing now? I don't think so. I don't think they would ever promote that now. No, I can't think of any school that would. Y'all did too, Ellen? Y'all had a smoking area? They say the big thing over at the school that I attended and my children attended is vaping. They said they have children in 6th and 7th grade with vapes. Can y'all imagine? Kids over 18 were legal to smoke, but many used it at that were way younger. Yes, we had a smoking area. It was called the Goat Farms. Angie, I never smoked in high school. But I don't know about this vaping. That's one thing that I haven't ever done. I have never vaped. I mean, I'm not judging anybody that does it. And I'm not judging anybody who smokes, because you know what? You never lose that desire to smoke. I don't care what anybody says. You put me in the right position. You get me somewhere that I'm, bring back all this nostalgia and these memories, and everybody's smoking. I'm like, woo, give me one of those. Which I wouldn't even smoke it, because once I took the first drag off of it, I'd probably get sick. But my brain sometimes tells me, you know what? A cigarette would be good right now. Vaping is actually worse than smoking due to all the chemicals. That's all it is. Well, my youngest sister is a vapor. She vapes. And I don't know anything about it. I have no desire to smoke anymore. I don't either. But I think if I was put in the right position at the right time, and I can't say that I would turn it down, but I would also say it, like I said, if I took one drag off of it, I'd probably say, oh no, this is nasty, because I can't even hardly stand to smell it now. Like when we go to the casinos and everybody's smoking and we go in there, the smell just gets to me, but I never say anything. Like some people will complain, oh, I wish they wasn't smoking in here and all this stuff. I never say anything about it because I used to be a smoker. Thank you, Joy. And James, and I don't know if y'all know this, but James dips. He's a dipper. This man has quit, I don't know how many times over the years we have been married. The last time that he quit dipping, his company said, y'all cannot dip on the grounds. James said, well, if I can't dip at work where I'm always at work, I might as well just quit. I'm like, oh, that's good. That sounds good to me. Well, about the third day after he had said he was going to quit, and his little attitude, because he was having withdrawals from not having his dip, I looked him straight in the face and I said, okay, the best thing you need to do is go get in your truck, go uptown and buy you some tobacco, because I'm not living with you like this. And I just can't with the smell. I know, Ella, it just gets to me. I can't do the smell either. But it gives me such a headache. And one thing I never did, I never smoked in the house. I never smoked when I was pregnant. Never. I look back now and say, why, Angie, why? But it wasn't anything but to look cool was all it was. But I was I was a dancing, clubbing, smoking, drinking, which I wasn't that, I mean, I wasn't wild because I wasn't a heavy drinker and I wasn't a heavy smoker. But I like to go out and dance now. I like to karaoke too. Boy, we was karaoke, yeah, that one night, and it was me and two of my good friends, and we were on Bourbon Street, and our bank, we all worked together at the bank, and we went there once a year. The ladies of the bank did, and we were up there singing our song. I look back now, and I think, oh my gosh, those people must have thought we was the craziest bunch of women that ever hit that bar. We was just carrying on. I can't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it. I cannot carry a tune. Now my sister, my oldest sister, has a beautiful voice. She can sing beautifully. Not Angie. Nope. Angie cannot sing. But I was giving it all I got that night. I was singing up a storm. And then my children want to act like they were going to try to keep something from myself and James, like we didn't know the stuff that they did. All right, night, Ella. Good seeing you. You know, my children would try to get away with stuff when they were teenagers. And after James and I had scolded them, we'd go back in our bedroom and we would just laugh and say, do they honestly think that we haven't been young before? And that we haven't tried the same thing that they're trying? I'll sing, but your ears will bleed. I got you, Regina. That's the way I am. But both my children, they really weren't bad children. They never got into any trouble, but they tell stories now after they're married and all that of things that they got away with that James and I didn't know, but we kind of knew. But we laid down strict rules of what was going to happen if certain things happen. You know, we're going to trust you till you give us a reason not to. And when you give us a reason not to, then therein lies the problem. Hey, 710, how are you doing? Did y'all like country music? Or did y'all just like the 80s rock music? What kind of music did y'all like? Good to see you too, 710. I mean, I like all kind of music. I am just that type of person. It depends on, I can listen to just about any type of music. But I like country music. Well, when I say country music, I mean country music when I was growing up. What they call country today isn't the country music that we were brought up on. I'm doing good. We're talking about the good old days. I do too, 710. But country music today isn't the way it was when we had Merle Haggard, Hank Williams Jr., Waylon Jennings, George Jones, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, Dwight Yoakam. I mean, we had all sorts of wonderful country music. Johnny Cash. No, it's not. It's not 17. It's not the same. Yes, Urban Cowboy soundtrack. Awesome. I mean, I can see why my daughter enjoys mine and James's music more than she likes the music that she grew up with. I mean, I honestly can see it. No, it doesn't have the same soul. It doesn't. Uh-oh, somebody's coming by. Who is it? Who is it? But We were not going to the same clubs for sure. Well, our clubs played all kind of music, country music, rock music, but we would go to clubs that only played country music, and you did a lot of line dancing. You listen to Johnny Cash? I love me some Johnny Cash now. A lot of people don't know this, but you know that song, I'll Always Love You? It was written by Dolly Parton, and that was her song. A lot of people think that it was, what's her name? The one that was in Bodyguard, Whitney Houston. They think that Whitney Houston wrote that song, but Dolly Parton wrote that song. And she came out with it first. A lot of people don't realize that. There's a whole story behind that song when she wrote it, I'll Always Love You. Yep. You talk about some country music. I mean, back in our day, country music, it would make you drink just by listening to it. I mean, you could listen to it and want to have something to drink. It was so depressing. It's just crazy. I don't know how I got off on this subject. Here I've sit and just confessed my whole teenage years to everybody on YouTube. I'm not ashamed of it though, because I lived and I really didn't do anything that was that bad, and I enjoyed it, and I don't regret anything because I didn't get, number one, get put in jail. I never got in a wreck or harmed anybody. I just was having a good time. AC/DC, oh yeah. Yeah, I like all those too. ZZ Top, we went to see them one night. One of my best friends and I went to see ZZ Top. Oh my gosh, that was a wild night. Oh, when James and I went to see Rod Stewart a couple of months ago, I think it was back in August. Y'all, that was so awesome. Rod Stewart knows how to put on a show. I am not kidding. That man is 80 years old, and he can still put on a good show. Hey, Leon, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, that man knows that he can put on a show. How he was doing all he was doing at 80 years old, I don't know, but hands down, he had it. And his wife is like, I want to say in her late 40s or early 50s maybe. And he still has small children, like 10 or 11 years old. It's like, you go, Rod, you go. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. This thing got to where it's kind of hard for me to go live during the day, but I'm probably going to be live either on StreamYard, either probably Thursday. It's a lot easier for me to go live at night when James is not here and he's working. Like this, I really enjoy it because he's not here. I get no interruptions. It's also a good time for me to make videos. It seems like when he's here, I can't get it done. Those were the bands too, along with Duran Duran, Culture Club, Pat Benatar, Billy Idol. Oh yeah, now y'all naming them. Y'all naming them now. I love Stevie Nicks. She is one of my favorites. And do you know she is my age? And this woman, I could not believe it, but I had to have thought it because she's been around as long as I've been around. But this woman, no. Stevie Nicks is 70. She's not my age. She's 70. But she looks a lot younger than that. We saw Billy Joel in California and Oakland. It was a good show. You know, on the coast, they have a lot of older bands and singers that when you go to the coast, if you have built up enough credit within that casino, you can go for free. You get your rooms free, your meals free. And that's usually the way we go, is that, you know, rooms free, meals free, concerts, all that. And if it's a good concert, we, you know, go in and watch it, or a good band or whatever. And hey DL, how are you? Welcome in. And we've seen some good people on the coast when we have been down there at the casino. But I know how we got on this. Me missing dancing since I can't walk. I know DL likes to karaoke. Oh, y'all saw Def Leppard and Cheap Trick last year for y'all's anniversary? Oh, that's awesome. Well, when we went to the Rod Stewart concert back in August, my children had given those tickets to me for my birthday. So when we went, you have never seen so many Gen Xers and baby boomers. There were so many wheelchairs, rollerators, walkers, canes. I mean, all these people were coming in there to see Rod Stewart, and you could tell that they were baby boomers or Gen Xers. Now, there were some young people there, but it was mostly Gen Xers and baby boomers to see him. They kicked off their tour in St. Louis. Oh, wow. When we went to see Rod Stewart, this was his last tour. And I had always told James our entire marriage, if he comes anywhere near where we live, we are going to that concert. And then when I found out that he was coming to Brandon, I was like, well, I guess I won't ever get to see him because I'm now in a wheelchair. I won't be able to go. And Taylor overheard what I said, and she got with my son, and then they got me the tickets. And we went. It was one of the best birthday presents I'd ever gotten from my children. We saw Cheap Trick and back in 1983 in Bangor, Maine. Wow. Did y'all ever go to places like it's not a fair, but it'd be sort of like a I forget what you call it. It's not a fair, which they have good bands at fairs too, but it's like this big field, and they have people having a concert. Where did we go? They would have them at this park here that we have in Mississippi, and we just bring a lawn chair and sit out there and listen to these bands. We grew up in Bar Harbor, Nana. Doug's brother still has the parents' house there. Yeah, a festival, yes. That's it. We both went to college in Portland. Bar Harbor is beautiful, Ellen. Well, y'all know that I'm from a very small town. It's less than 2,000 people in the little town that I live in. We have a junior college. We have a state park. But we have no red lights. We have a Dollar General, a Family Dollar, a post office, 2 bank branches, an antique mall, a lot of people that cuts hair. I saw Motley Crue in '87 when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. She loves hard rock music. You ruined her. You ruined her, Regina. That's so funny. That is so funny. James and I got married in 1987. Angie, my father went to Winterland in 1978 to see the Grateful Dead. Oh, awesome. I played a lot of Grateful Dead and U2 when I was at Prego with Ben. He likes them both. That is so funny. I have just loved reminiscing. This has been so much fun. We had our 40th class reunion this past October. Well, last month, the beginning of last month. Did Angie go? No, I did not. I graduated with 55 students. That's all we had in our graduating class was 55 students. Now, I didn't really socialize with any of them when I was in school, and half of them were related to me because I'm related to just about everybody in this town somehow, some way. So I really didn't want to socialize them. The only class reunion I went to was our 10-year class reunion, but after that I never went to another one. Now my son, Matt, he graduated from the same school, and so did my daughter. Matt goes to every one of his class reunions, but his class was really, really close. They were all close. We saw Motley Crue in the early 90s in Connecticut. Tommy Lee wasn't there. He was in rehab or something. Yeah, I didn't go to the class reunion. Did not make it. I had a speaker under my daughter's bassinet. She wouldn't go to sleep unless I played Smoke on the Water. Oh, wow, Purple. I had over 300 in my graduating class. I've never gone to a reunion and have no desire to either. No, no. And what you have to understand, I see most of these people that I graduate with when I was ambulatory and drove and worked out in public. I would see all the time. I mean, I don't have to go to a reunion. I mean, I could go to church and see a lot of them. And you know where they have those most likely to succeed and most likely to do this? No, that didn't happen. Usually the ones that you didn't think was going to make it made something of themselves. You know, the ones that already had stuff given to them and was spoiled and had everything, and you know, star athlete, the cheerleaders, that club. Because I wasn't a part of that. I didn't want to be. I couldn't stand the Mean Girls. Oh my goodness, I didn't want to be up in that drama. And half of them, oh my goodness. We had about 100 per class. We went to our 10-year ones, but only because we were in town visiting Doug's parents. Yeah, I don't have any desire to go to a class reunion. I mean, not that I had anything against them. It's just, I always thought, and don't take me wrong when I say this, I always thought I was more mature than most of the people in my class, you know. And I always hung around like my sister's friends. My sister is 2 years older than me. And I would always hang out with her friends and do what they did. And I just didn't really hang around my class that much. To me, they were nothing but drama. And honestly, I hung around the guys a lot because I didn't want to hang around the girls because the girls had so much drama. Most of the people we actually wanted to see had moved away and didn't come. Yeah, exactly. And you know what is so sad? Those same mean girls that were in high school are mean women today. Some of them. They haven't outgrown it. And then they teach their daughter to be a mean girl. I don't see anyone from my class that I remember and don't associate with anyone. Do you still live in the same area, Regina? Do you still live in the same area that you graduated from? And then I didn't go to college until after I married James because I didn't have the opportunity. So I really didn't get to have the college life like my son and daughter did. Not that I wanted it. I was married and I was just wanting to get a degree. I wasn't caring about doing the college thing. And so now Matt, he has a lot of college friends that he talks to. He and my daughter-in-law went to the University of Mississippi. They graduated from Ole Miss. And then my daughter graduated from Southern Mississippi, USM. She wouldn't go to Ole Miss. She loves LSU too much. She wouldn't go to Ole Miss. And we would not allow her to go to LSU because we told her it was the out-of-state tuition. But honestly, it was the out-of-state. They party too much. Louisiana people drink alcohol like it's tea. I mean, Louisiana, I'm married to someone from Louisiana, so I know. Now, don't get me wrong, they have good food. They have excellent places to go visit, but I'm telling you, it's a different breed of people. They're nice. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. They're nice. But their whole moral compass is not like I was brought up with. They think, they just love to drink. And LSU is, which Ole Miss is not an exception either. All colleges, they are rough on alcohol. I'm not under any illusion that none of them aren't like that. But I'm going to tell you something. LSU fans are crazy. Oh, he did? That's awesome. And now I have 2 granddaughters that live in Louisiana. I asked Matt, I said, Matt, how could you do this? My wheelchair just went off again. I said, how could you honestly, I did not want to raise you and Taylor in Louisiana. And here you are raising my 2 granddaughters in Louisiana. Why would you do that? And he said, Mom, it depends on the house that you're brought up in. If Haley and I teach them inside the home, which that is part of it, but you do get tempted a lot worse when you're around all that temptation. But Haley and Matt do not live in Mississippi because they can't make the money that they can make in Louisiana. They're in the medical profession. Haley's a pharmacist in a hospital, and Matt is a physical therapist, and they don't pay you anything in Mississippi like they do in Louisiana, so they don't want to live in Mississippi. But it's only an hour and 20 minutes to get to their house. And then my daughter, she got a business degree and she works in finance. My son-in-law, he works at the distribution center at Walmart. Well, guys, I think I'm about to get off here. It's been fun talking to y'all. Just to go get ready for bed. Y'all don't forget to go and share out my latest video. Even if y'all don't watch it, just share it. Because I'm trying to get to 1,700 subscribers. And I really appreciate y'all. I'll see you in the chats tomorrow, guys.